Hi, and welcome back to Circles Theory. Today we're discussing The Witcher, Sword of Destiny, going through the stories in this tale and looking at them from an existential lens. Specifically today we are talking about a shard of ice, a fascinating tale that continues with our question, what is a monster? We're exploring what it means to live in a natural state, as Rousseau would say, and looking at the various ways in which this impacts the individual and what The Witcher can tell us about us as humans. So, today we will hop into this next part.
That's what it's gotta be this time. Yeah. Sun starts to set and the moon shall rise.
So first of all, there's a lot of different ideas to discuss here. I found this to be a fascinating tale. A quick recap. In a shard of ice, spoilers ahead, Geralt finds himself in a small town with Yennefer. Together they are staying for much longer than he would appreciate. He notices that she has been spending a special amount of time with a local wizard to which they tend to bout. It turns out that Yennefer had been lovers with this wizard in the past, proposed to her, and now they are both combating for her courtship. Ultimately, he faces challenges in town, he struggles with this wizard, and decides to leave without anything, giving up everything to go return to his state of nature. A few ideas are explored here. So from the gate, we return to this idea of symbiosis. From the start of the story, we are looking at Geralt explaining how monsters have learned to live with people. And this is an interesting concept for him. His entire career is built on slaying monsters, but what does it mean when man has learned to live side by side? When we can now engage them and they're no longer to be hunted. The troll can sit under the bridge, and now he keeps it fixed as long as we pay a toll, and that works for us. This is the start of the Age of Cities, the death of magic and a new age of man, and Geralt is struggling to find where he fits within it. And there's an interesting lens for this. In this book, we see it through the perspective of Yennefer. Her and Geralt are on this endless chase around the world to find meaning and connection as they see themselves as relics who no longer relate to the world they live in. This is a complicated thing. They feel doomed to watch everything they have come to know decay. Together, perhaps, they might be able to find some meaning in that, but ultimately they find themselves unable to reproduce. Both of them seem to lack this ability to continue an idea past themselves. They are stuck in their time, unable to recreate something new. This is Yennefer's ultimate quest at this point in the story. She is incapable of the creative act, as Rollo May would say. She is unable to bring something new. And Geralt, well, he can only destroy. There is something about the world without magic he hates, though. Geralt doesn't only destroy what is evil about it, but he protects what isn't. He finds himself trying to keep true to what is truly magical and special about his age. The elves and the mysteries and the beings that do no harm but bring something interesting, new, and different. He constantly struggles without this work to deal with men who want to destroy that anyways. And what he finds is that men have taken the place of new monsters. No longer are the things in the shadows what should scare us, but instead what exists inside of us. That there's monsters that run amongst us. This is a new and complicated way for him to understand the world. He looks at the oppressive nature as men and the way that they strip us of our individuality. He gets himself feeling this as he gets stuck in the city. He is feeling the weight of domestication in the same way a dog or wolf would feel their disconnection from nature. This is interesting and reflecting the character Cicada, however you want to pronounce his name, is definitely insexual. He is the enemy of Geralt. He is, like I mentioned, an insect. He is removed. He is the domesticated being that has become rotten. He wants to fight and destroy purely to prove that he can, and he has nothing left to defend besides the rotten core which he has come to be a part of. This is a hard truth for the author and Geralt to accept. It's a shard of ice. Truth is as hard as ice. And that is what we come to find. This is reflected as Geralt comes to understand that he cannot have any of what he wants. He can't have Yen, who is acting in what is the most clear case of Satra's bad faith I have ever seen. He decides neither. He gives up everything and decides to be a creature of his time for better or worse. A theme we will continue to explore as we move on to the next short story, Eternal Flame, next week. Please subscribe to check that out as we move into an interesting story about integration and assimilation in a new society and how do we fit in as our age ends. Besides that, there's other videos to check out. They come out Monday through Friday, discussing everything from mythology and folklore to theory and philosophy. I also discuss my book every Friday. Please stick around. I appreciate the support. I would love to discuss any of these ideas, so please leave a comment. I will catch y'all tomorrow.